Formula One arrived in Germany to announce the main news that was the shock news that F1 was to be cancelled for 2021 with all the resources transferred to Formula E. The FIA felt that F1 had too much politics and the chances of it collapsing altogether was too great, and so decided that it was time to call it a day on Formula One. As it so happens, all 10 teams were some way involved in Formula E, although they were now, of course, had to readjust. All the teams would be looking to readjust themselves to fit their Formula 1 outfits into their Formula E outfits. The problem is that Formula E regulations are different from F1, which means that there is no possibility of testing any Formula E bits on the Formula 1 car. Also, the FIA announced that if none of the teams decided to not complete this season, then they would be fined bigly, partly with their Formula E payouts. And so, after that sombre news, Pierre Gasly was the man who took pole, fraction faster than Sebastian Vettel, a man who has rejuvenated himself into second place. Max Verstappen is third for Ferrari. Carlos Sainz only 1,000 slower in fourth on his second race for his new team. Charles Leclerc will take fifth, and Valtteri Bottas. He lines up sixth. He'll be happy with that after a dismal start to the season for the Finn. Daniel Ricciardo not happy with seventh, but Lewis Hamilton is okay with eighth, although he is still behind his teammate. Will look to get the jump on him on the start. Nico Hülkenberg, another disappointed person, as is the devastated Peter Harmson, who couldn't find the right gear to get his car further up the grid. Outside the top 10 comes 2x2x2, starting with the two McLarens, 11th and 12th, Raikkonen ahead of his less experienced teammate Norris. Giovinazzi is ahead of Rocco for Alfa Romeo on the 7th row, a better result from Rocco. It's an all Aston Martin Brabham 8th row. Van Dorn was hoping for better, but a good showing for Giotto considering his poor pace recently. It's an all Jaguar 9th row with Magnussen leading De Vries by 10th. And on the last row of the grid, having taken two engine penalties to fix a fault, are the two Williams, Perez ahead of Alonso. Now it's time for the race for today's German Grand Prix. So hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy F1 2020 edition. Today we are doing episode number 7 for Hockenheim. If you missed the previous race that was uploaded, I think before Christmas? I can't remember. It was around Christmas time. Then around Belgium, I recommend you go and check that out. So Germany, a track that has provided, well, this will probably be some of the last action you ever see around Germany, because of course this track is being, unless they bring back classic tracks, this track is being removed from the calendar, unfortunately. And it's a shame because it's a track that I've done well in the past, but we've not done well in qualifying, down in 10th, which I'm very disappointed with.
You should have some space going into the first corner, so try to keep it tidy.
Well, I'll try and keep that, but you know what it's like here, Jeff. I mean, we've had bangs and crashes over the years. Today's looking like a 2-stop. Did have a look and see about the hards, but the hards aren't really there. I mean, they're so slow, those tyres. You might as well not bother. I did have a look about trying to change it up a bit, but yes, it looks like that a 2-stop is the fastest way to go, and that's the way we'll go. Obviously, people outside the top 10 will be on the mediums, so I'll have to watch them doing the 1-stop. Compared to 5 red lights, away we go, and it's an okay start. That's the first look. That's not the best start we've had. We try and go down the inside of Lewis Hamilton. Doesn't mean so, but we will get Hülkenberg on the exit of turn 1. Let's get a replay of the start. Took a bit too much curbing there, which allowed everybody. And also at the start, unfortunately, Nick De Vries, well, he got squeezed. Yeah. So that brought out a virtual safety car. I know, rare things these days are even virtual safety car on the channel. It didn't last long, but nevertheless, it's nice to see one on the. Nice to see one. We're gonna cap us napping Lewis Hamilton on the virtual safety car restart there. Nicely done into the stadium section, up into P8. That Mercedes we've got a better chassis, so we should be able to push through this early section. I'm not sure how the Renault engine will be able to do. And I think Hulkenberg also got past. Next up is the Renault Daniel Ricciardo. We'll look to dispatch him into turn 1, which we do so, and pick them off one at a time. Hulkenberg, I think, is just following us through, trying to follow us through, really. Look for the white and sort of blue and red striped BMW, Red Bull BMW. Does he get this move done? Not quite. Ricciardo sticks him out, but those two, I'm sure, will be battling now. Next up is Valtteri Bottas, and I'm sorry to say, Bottas, your time in the points is up, mate. I mean, just look at this. You're trying to go down the inside with DRS and make sure we don't hit into Leclerc and up into 6th place. Bottas now out of the points. Nice simple overtake, and we get the following lap, on the same thing on Charles Leclerc and up into P5. So that's bad for Leclerc. Lap 5 though, it's a short stint on these soft tyres. They don't really last very long around here. Our teammate is carrying on for another lap, so he takes. So that means that Sainz leads the Grand Prix as other people come to make their stops. But we'll have to wait and see how we are. We're hopefully going to jump him because we should have the undercut. So Williams is in as well. I think that's Kubica. Sorry, excuse me. Perez. One stop left, so have to do. Fuel isn't the great best thing, but of course we got these other cars. This is the Jaguar of Kevin Magnussen, the sole remaining Jaguar, and we do get him on the exit of turn 3. I think there is. Somebody else is running it very slowly there. But we do, as I said, we do get the jump on our teammate Carlos Sainz. So Sainz will be fuming because he started up in P4, we down in P10. But Hulkenberg, leads the Grand Prix from Kimi Räikkönen. Hulkenberg is on the sauce. Räikkönen and Norris both on mediums, as is Fernando Alonso, the championship leader. Giovinazzi is in 5th as well. Van Dorn is now holding everybody up in 6th place, and we're going to try and capitalise by the fact that the car, I think that's Gasly actually. Yes, it looks by the helmet he's actually Pierre Gasly up ahead. Try and get DRS on him, but no. Actual fact, Carlos Sainz is going to have a go at us now. We're closing in on Gasly. This is going to be 3 wide. We're going to go to the right. I'm sure that Sainz will probably go to the left. Or we try the best to understeer, but the understeer comes in. And they were going 3 wide again. Van Dorn was trying to get involved the best he can. Bearing in mind he's got the slower tyres, so we saw a little bit of a bad swerve. That's my fault. But then Gasly just goes ping-ponging with Sainz and forces Sainz off the track, and then Van Dorn gets the move done. Now this is Antonio Fuoco in the Alfa Romeo, and unfortunately Vettel, well, he got a bit impatient with him, and well, he's out of the race. So yes, instead, so that moves us up to P8. We're looking now at Luca Giotto, who is the other. The Aston Martin Red Bull car we saw was actually Giotto. This is Van Dorn, excuse me. You can blame Codemasters for that mistake because there's no language file, remember. But yes, moving to lap 13, we sort of a couple of people have started. We got past Van Dorn now, and next up is Giovinazzi, the sole remaining Alfa Romeo, a former teammate from earlier this season. This will be, well, he stabbed us, Maserati sort of half stabbed us in the back, really. So, well, we're just going to sail past him up into P5 now. And following that, we started hitting the McLarens. So first up is Raikkonen went into pit lap before, so this is Lando Norris in the other McLaren, and we're going to get him down this straight with DRS because this is such a long straight. I mean, we're only halfway down. We're already going past the Renault engine is definitely faster than the Porsche engine, I think. Not by much, but there is a. But when you've got that significant, and also the fact we've got a lighter chassis. So moving now to jumping to lap 19, you can see that the weather has improved to a nice sunny afternoon. At what point it was at Carlsberg SAS 1-2, but we're coming into our final stop. I don't know where this is going to put us out. Somewhere towards the 10 the points, I think. No, it's going to be out just outside the points, but I expect that a couple of them will be coming in. And importantly, crucially, we're ahead of the two McLarens. I believe Norris actually got ahead of Raikkonen in the pit stops, so the Kimi will not be happy with that, but we come out in P7, so the chase is on really to see if we can get some points here. And pretty much there, our teammate came out behind the two McLarens, and so he started picking them off. First with Kimi Raikkonen into the stadium section, and then he got ahead of Norris. But unfortunately for Carlos Sainz, he's not had much luck. That's an engine on fire, and that is him out of the race. Next up is the Williams of Fernando Alonso. Crucial that we get ahead of the Williams car, and we get ahead of him there. You can see here that Sainz has just retired as well. So lap 27, there's not a lot happening in this Grand Prix, to be honest. But now the chase is on, because you can see there we are a lot faster than the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. You can see there on lap 34 we're catching. If we keep our pace up, then we can get on this lap into maybe even the final corner, but it's going to have to go. We are a little bit lower than fuel. Oh, understeer. That's going to lose us a little bit of time. Come on, we can get him into the stadium section. That Ferrari engine though is faster than this Renault engine in the back of our car. Nicely done. This is where we're going to start to make up time now. Maybe we need to go into rich mix if we're going to make this move work. We're so close to second place, 6 points, which will be crucial for the championship. Sebastian Vettel is coming around the final corner, and he's going to win. But it's not for us. We're going to have to settle for P3 today, which is, well, 3rd and 10th isn't bad, but I feel that we could have challenged for the win had we not been bad qualifying. So that cost us there. Gasly could only finish 5th, and Norris was the one who got points. Alonso getting no points again for the Williams team, although they did start from 20th on the grid. So to get 20th to 7th shows that he has got some talent. Ricciardo 8th, Bottas drops to 9th, and Giovinazzi finished in 10th. Outside the top 10, Leclerc, worrying signs now. Well, he's not going to be a reigning world champion at this rate. He only finished 11th. Perez finished in 12th after doing 3 stops. Hamilton 13th. Magnussen, Van Dorn and Giotto, with Raikkonen, Sainz, Fuoco and De Vries failing to finish. Because De Vries, of course, failed to finish on the first lap. He didn't even get time to set a lap. Raikkonen's failure, by the way, was an engine failure. So, moving to the Drivers' Championship, it would have been 5 points if we got second, but it's not. It's a 7-point gap between myself and Fernando Alonso. Perez is still 3rd, but Vettel now is in range, which is important. He is on fire. He's got 16 points in the last 2 races. Verstappen there moves ahead of his teammate Leclerc into 5th place. Hülkenberg 7th. Hamilton 8th as well. In terms of the constructors, Williams is still too far out in front for anybody else. Red Bull is 2nd, Ferrari a 3rd. We move up to 6th place now, but we are looking to, more importantly, get some more points on the board. We've got to get Side scoring because he hasn't scored at all yet, so get him scoring as well and help us climb the board will be the main thing. There's no changes elsewhere. So, yes, that is going to be it for today's episode of Final Fantasy F1. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you see more episodes of Final Fantasy F1 in its final season. Next episode, episode 8, I believe, is, if I remember rightly, is from Austria, a track where I like winning at that track, so it's a track that suits my driving style. So we should be able to go well there. Hopefully bounce back, get the victory, and make sure that we claim even more points on Fernando Alonso. But that's going to be it. And I'll enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Take care and goodbye.